Okengo Matiang'i, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, has cornered the Deputy President William Ruto today. He has dismantled into pieces the hustler narrative. And the hustler spokesperson, Dennis Itumbi, is actually having a rough time online trying to defend the Deputy President. And just like I keep on saying on this platform, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objectives. When the government of Kenya decided to replace William Ruto's security, there's something they wanted to achieve by that move. And personally, I believe that whatever happened today in Parliament was their ultimate objectives. Now, this is what happened. And William Ruto should actually blame himself and his team. Because the moment President Uhuru Kenyatta was angry with the DP and accused him of talking from two sides of the mouth and challenged him to resign, the DP responded. Then that went. Before Kenyans knew, his security were replaced in what most people considered downgrade. After that, something else happened. The Deputy President managed to win the propaganda war by having tea with the new security team. So yesterday but one, Kenyans were actually celebrating William Ruto for turning a lemon into lemonade. But something was also happening at the background. William Ruto's allies started making complaints and demanding one thing, that Fred Matiangi appear before Parliament to answer to some questions. The calls were actually led by the Nandi Senator, Samson Cherargei. And this is what has actually happened up to now. The first thing which happened was that the government replaced William Ruto's security. Then there were noise here and there. Then after that, the second thing was that the Deputy President, through his chief of staff, wrote a letter of complaint to the police. You see how it's flowing. The government is replacing, then the Deputy President, through his chief of staff, writes a letter of complaint to the police, of which the police replied, by the way. Then the letter which the DP, number 3, the letter which the DP's office wrote to the police is deliberately leaked out to the public by none other than the hustler spokesperson, Dennis Itumbi, for political reasons. And then now, after that expose, it became the issue of the Deputy President's security became a matter of public discourse. So Kenya started talking about it. That's when they fell into the trap. The moment Kenyans started talking about it, members of Parliament joined. Then the National Assembly Security Committee then decided to summon Fred Matiangi. They told Matiang'i, can you come before us and shed some light? So Fred Matiangi went. And that is what happened today. And Fred Matiangi was seated there. Next to him was Karanja Kibicho. These two gentlemen are actually President Uhuru Kenyatta. There is no way you can divorce Matiang'i and Kibicho from President Uhuru Kenyatta. But they were accusing, they were giving evidence or exposing none other than the Deputy President William Ruto. So I want us to try and look at the objective which the government wanted to achieve, which they have actually achieved today. Because today Kenyans are actually wondering why the Deputy President should be complaining while he has over 257 security officers. But before we go into all those details, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Now, if you've not watched that Matiang'i sermon, which was live on TV, please, I want to challenge you to watch it. Because for me, I'm not going to go into the details about Fred Matiangi and his speech. I want to focus on the political aspect, what Matiang'i wanted to achieve today. The first thing they wanted to do was to reveal the heavy security of the DP. You know, it was alleged that William Ruto's security were actually 71, and that after they were replaced, only 51 were remaining. That's what Kenyans knew. So Fred Matiangi today revealed to Kenyans that William Samoei Ruto has a total of 257 security. And one of the members of that committee, Opondo Kaluma, is saying very interesting thing. Let me just get you what Opondo Kaluma is saying. Opondo Kaluma is saying that was concerned that the DP is exposed. I am now learning that his security is bigger than that of Homa Bay County. So Kenyans are now learning that William Ruto's security is more than the ones, like in my village. I know in my center we have two security. And you know where I come from, Nyakash, there's a lot of cattle rustling because we border the Kalenjins there. So they normally raid to take away our cattle. Two. But now one man has over 257. I just wanted to listen to Fred Matiangi making this revelation.
Because of the fact that the Deputy President may go there or may have interest or may spend time there. And this is why I said the number of about 51. It could be more than that. For example, Kitengela Gas, where the Deputy President has gas oil business, 6 police officers. These ones are stationed. Western Hotel, about 6 police officers. Because if they are 4 on duty, 2 at night, 2 during the day, there will be 2 other relievers, as it were. Murumbi Farm, Transmara Narok, LR, Transmara stroke Intona, stroke 34, 395 or about 1,000 acres, 395 hectares, 6 police officers. ADC like Kipia, Mutara Ranch, about 15,000 acres, 6 police officers. These are the secondary notifications. A farm where we are not stationing personnel, but the local police command has been notified that that is an area where the DP may be interested. So as you do your beat planning, you plan your beat with that in mind and make sure that that is okay. Dolphin Hotel, Mombasa, 6. Mata Farm, Taita Taveta, about 2,500 acres, LR 10287/10/11, 6 police officers. There is a private residence in Elgon View, we have 4. There's a poultry farm in Eldoret, we have 4. There is a private residence again here in Eldoret where we have 3 prison warders and 1 AP. There is also an installation, for example, called Kwai Island Development Limited. I think this is Wilson Airport where there are 2 hangars and 5 helicopters. The local police command is notified by secondary notification to avail about 5 police officers to look after that. So we have roughly, in that deployment, that general assignment, you are talking about those who are stationed, like the ones in Weston or in Kitengela Gas, present there, and those who, through secondary notification, the local police.
And Matiang'i didn't end there. Matiang'i is saying that the William Ruto you see, whenever he comes to your area, he has 257. But they're in layers. There's the first layer, you know, as the deputy president, he's protected. There's a first layer which makes sure that nobody can actually reach the deputy president. That first layer, according to Matiang'i, has 74 presidential escort unit. Then in there, there's 5 GSU, drivers, and bodyguards. And then there is also 6 DCI officers. So these guys, their work is to ensure that the body of the deputy president is not in any way touched by anybody unless the DP wants that person to touch. So like, if the DP doesn't want, for example, Matiang'i to reach near him, there is no way he can reach. That team cannot allow him to do that. That's the first layer. Then they are also saying this is the second layer, according to Matiang'i. Our Malisa DP. Then there's a second layer. That second layer has 121 prisons and general duties. They provide 24-hour mobile patrol by local OCPDs. So at any given time, there's another 21 just doing patrols. Yeah. The DP is safe wherever he is. Then there's the third layer. Now this is the one which was affected, managing his various properties. So that's the first thing. They've actually exposed the lies that the DP security was reduced. So the second thing they wanted to expose is the hustler lies. That William Ruto is a hustler. If you look at the list which they've shared, which Matiang'i read, if you look at that list, the deputy president has a gas in Kitengela. You remember there was a time, I think before the last election, when they were trying to replace Raila Odinga cylinders and they tried to import some gases here. And I think after the handshake, that gas disappeared. So he has 6 of them. And they're saying also there's Weston, but that's not important. There is number 10 in that list. That 10 has Kwa Island Development Limited. This is a company. It's based at Wilson. This company has 2 hangars. You know, when you are at the airport, there's a hangar where you can park the planes, you can repair them, you know, because planes are supposed to be somewhere there, then they can always be the hangars for servicing. Most airlines don't even have hangars, because I've worked very closely with one airline. Some of them don't even have hangars. William Ruto has 2 of them, and he has 5 helicopters at Wilson. That hangar and the 5 helicopters are actually secured by 5 police officers. So that's significant, because these guys are now trying to tell you that Ruto is not a poor man. And there is also this other interesting farm. There's ADC Laikipia Ranch, which is 15,000 acres. I don't know how that land, the size of that land. Hey, 15,000 acres. You know? So they've managed to expose the hustler lies. And that's why the William Ruto's team, through Itumbi, have come up with some data of President Uhuru Kenyatta's properties. That hizi za Ruto ni kidogo. And that now Ruto doesn't own 60, I mean, the hotel, several hotels which he was being accused of grabbing. Now that's number 2. Number 3, they're also exposing the corrupt dealings of the DP. And they're doing it directly. Let me just tell you that the ADC Laikipia Mutura Ranch, which is 15,000 acres, that's a government land. That government land was actually grabbed. It has a story in, by 2017, it had a story. There is the poultry farm, which is his personal property. But then there is, remember the Koitalel poultry, for those who follow politics in Eldoret, it was being accused of the one behind the NCBD, the National Cereals and Produce Board, scandal. It was involved in that scandal. So basically, they're talking of corrupt deals. And they're also talking of Dolphin Hotel, and they're giving the numbers of those lands purposely, deliberately. And lastly, I think these guys just wanted to expose William Ruto properties across the country so that Kenyans can know. And they've listed all of them here. I don't know what you think. Bado. Oshagari. They've listed all of these properties. All of them. I don't know what you think. But I think Fred Matiangi has dismantled William Samoei Ruto. And what we should expect is a counter-attack from the Deputy President. And I know they are going to direct their arsenals to one man, President Uhuru Kenyatta and his family. Thank you guys, and until next time, it is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.